Live from the village in the sky, this is Soft Power Hour. Welcome everyone to the Church of Soft Power. My name is Siobhan and I'm a co-founder of this lay-led church for the spirits of creativity, connection, care, and change. Soft Power Hour is our live stream service gathering on the first Monday of the month, as of this month, here on Soft Power TV for an hour of connection with our community, breath, bodies, and spirits. And it's Soft Power's birthday this Wednesday, so this is our birthday stream, our birthday service, and I'm joined live tonight by my beautiful co-founders, Midori, Flo, and Dr. Kiki, who will now tap us into the soft power frequency.
Hello, everyone. It's so wonderful to be connected with y'all tonight. As we open each of our calls and our streams, we start with this harmonizing frequency practice where we incorporate vocal toning into our opening as a way to harmonize our own selves as well as harmonize with one another, no matter where you are and no matter when you watch this. We encourage you to and invite you to vocal tone, to express yourself, and to connect and tap into the soft power frequency with us tonight. Tonight, I'm going to switch it up just a little bit. Usually we do the same tone for all three, but tonight I'm feeling called to invite us to first ground with an on the second tone, connect with our sacral and creative power with an oo, and then connect with our heart energy with an ah. So we're going to be going through 3 different tones, but also you're invited to just express through any other sound or vibration that you might be called to tonight to shake off any other energy, to connect and tap in with us. So just taking a moment to maybe just wipe off any extra energy that you might have had experienced throughout today, over the weekend, just taking a moment to connect with the body. We'll do a little bit more of this later with Flo, but just as we're starting to connect and harmonize, taking a moment to connect with our own bodies first before we start to vocalize. Starting to take a deep breath in, feeling the belly. A couple more breaths here. And in just a moment, we will all take our next inhale and release through any grounding sound or primal sound to continue releasing and tapping in. So wherever you're at, breathe in through the nose or the mouth. Our next tone will be an oo. If you'd like to place a hand on your sacral womb space, you're welcome to connect with that creative power. And our last sound for tonight will be the ah, connecting with the heart space. So you're also invited to place a hand here on your heart. And on this final tone together, calling in any supportive energies, spirit guides, ancestors, and energies that you want to have with us tonight on our call. You are now tapped into the soft power frequency.
Thank you, Dr. Kiki. Hello, everybody. My name is Midori. I'm a co-founder here at the Church of Soft Power. And I am also a baby astrologer. Specifically, I love studying natal chart astrology. And I learned under Oak Astrology. So today I'm here to give a little astro forecast for this week, specifically because we have a pretty, I would say, significant aspect going on, transit. And the way I basically really like delved in and wrote a little something here. So I'm going to just practice reading this. But if y'all are feeling it, I definitely have felt more drained this week and needing a lot more rest and a lot more time to be reflecting and going inward. So I think this little astro download will support maybe some guidance for this upcoming week. So from Ari, the Dream Mommy's teachings, I've learned that our planets are ancestors and viewed from the lens that we are literally made of cosmic material. So when you think about it that way, it makes perfect sense why the movements of the planets would influence our lives. Astrology then is essentially the ancient study and science of how planetary movements correspond to the events and experiences that unfold in our daily lives. So this Sunday at 11:08 a.m. Pacific, we have a very powerful Pisces full moon eclipse. If you're feeling, like I said, if you're feeling emotionally drained or stressed, just know you're not alone. I think that's why I love astrology, is because it helps you relate to the collective body, to collective events more. It helps you feel more interconnected and have a shared language to discuss your experience with people. And instead of, I think a lot of pop astrology can make it feel, there's a sensationalization that happens with pop astrology that I don't mess with. And I really see it as a way to connect with each other better, to ask better questions, to see and be able to process more of the thematic elements in our lives and integrate them with more care, with more intention, with more resourcing to enact change. So if you're feeling stressed, you're not alone. Eclipses can bring up really big shifts, and it's a very high energy time historically. So it's normal to feel unsettled, because this is what I feel like is a cosmic invitation to process and heal through those shifts. So if you think of the sun, like literally the planetary body of the sun and the moon, as our cosmic clock, they provide rhythm, they provide order, they provide predictability. They govern everything from the cycles of day and night to our daily routines, like eating, sleeping, and even paying bills, or, doing our work. And they keep everything on track. Like the sun goes up and then it goes down, and the moon comes up, and then the sun rises every morning. But when eclipses happen, it's like the cosmic clock kind of gets thrown off, is the way I would describe it. So eclipses really shake up what's familiar. So if we're stuck in old habits or stagnancy, it's a chance to really start fresh, even if we don't feel fully ready. This can feel potentially very disruptive, sometimes uncomfortable, and it's something that maybe like things that used to find us comfort could suddenly be kind of like cracked open. We can see it. We can see the habits that no longer support us anymore when it comes to our what nourishes us. Eclipses are kind of like the sun and moon are going retrograde, which in astrology, they don't do that. And it's like them temporarily stepping out of their usual rhythms. Instead of being secure and stable in our daily routines, we're navigating through potentially a little more chaos and unpredictability. And so this time is really a time to adapt, even it feels like things that are usually within your control, they usually are kind of being cracked open to shift you outside of your idea of what is in your control. So this full moon in Pisces is a really powerful reminder of our subconscious and our inner world. I feel like it's like unlocking deeper layers of ourselves and bringing up like what may have been under the surface to awareness. So it's like a really great time for introspection, time to uncover what hidden pieces have been in the closet that we have now we're taking out to evaluate and dissect. And this lunar eclipse is the third eclipse and the third lunar eclipse in a set of eclipses that occur along the Virgo Pisces axis. So the last eclipse in this sign will happen in February of 2027. So 2 years from now, about a little less than 2 years from now. And it's important to consider like the context of this entire eclipse set. This one that stirs the need to balance our lives between day-to-day routines, physical health, the need for order, which is Virgo and what Virgo represents. And then like our vision, spiritual health, and the infiniteness of our spiritual reality, which is Pisces. So if you look at your chart, you can kind of see where Virgo and Pisces sit in your natal chart. So I'm just going to kind of run down the themes based on the polarity axis of the houses. So if it's happening in the 1st and 7th house, it's related to your sense of self. And then 7th house being relationships, what you see as someone else, as an other, partnerships, relationships that you're in, like business partnerships with. If it's hitting your 2nd and 8th houses, you're thinking this is the axis of resources. So 2nd house being your sense of self-worth, the way you materialize the things in your life, and then your values. And the 8th house is about entanglements, shared resources, finances, contracts. If it's hitting your 3rd and 9th houses, it could be about, this eclipse is going to be about communication, 3rd house, siblings, neighborhoods, neighbors. And then I love that. And then 9th house is about travel, higher learning, higher education, maybe some like institutional learning. 4th and 10th houses, 4th house being home, family, ancestry, 10th house looking at your career, your public image. So if you're seeing the themes here, right? It's like, it's where these, in astrology, where these themes kind of like sit on an axis from one another. 5th and 11th houses, this is where it's hitting my chart as a Taurus rising. So 5th house being creativity, children, self-expression, thinking about how you kind of self-individuate from your expression, versus 11th house of community, spiritual groups where you're one among many. And then 6th and 12th house axis is about 6th house is about daily routines, daily work and labor, literally like the laborious work you do day to day, physical health and wellness. And then the 12th house of the subconscious mind, dream world, solitude, and spiritual retreating. So whatever house, I know that was a lot to digest. This is all obviously very easy to find online, but I would just look at those houses, specifically where Pisces is in your chart, to kind of see where the themes are being brought up in this eclipse season, and where you'll feel those shifts more like acutely. And I think this is like a chance to really reassess what nourishes us and what really gives us life, and the habits that we kind of want to shift out of relationship dynamics, or the way we treat our daily lives, the things that we need to shift and change in order to be prepared for this next season of our lives. So it's a big chance to be in your transformation and in your healing, and to let go of what's not working and trust that this is the space and time to do something different. So that is my report, and passing it back to the next person.
I love how we're all clapping. Yay. Thank you. Thank you, Midori, for that insight. So helpful for people just starting to learn to read their charts to start. I love how you broke it down by the houses, because I think that's like one of the most helpful ways for me to learn, is like noticing through the houses what my experience is as things, especially the moon, having strong kind of lunar energy. And what did you think about that new addition to the show? Give it up for Midori. It is time for me to pull some cards for us for the week. And I'm going to pull from 2 decks today. The first one is going to be Caitlin Granya's Offerings Oracle, which we love Caitlin. They are a member of the church, and this is such a beautiful deck to connect with the offerings as we tend our relationships with our spirits. And so today, specifically, I'm pulling to see what does the church of soft power, what does the spirit want? This is his birthday present. Their birthday present for the solar return. The church is nourished by, obviously, our presence, our authentic expression, and, of course, through our values, creativity, connection, care, change, all of those things. I think we've learned that these energies of this home we formed together here in the virtual world, this is how they would like to be celebrated by you for our birthday. Ooh, defend. What does the church want for you to protect yourself? To protect yourself, your energy, to not get swept up in the bait of all the little ways you can get your precious creative power snatched out there. So that's one thing that the church would like. Let's see what other 2. Ooh, second card jumping out is the moon. So when I think of that as what does the church want from us? It's just to work with this moon. If you've never worked with the moon before, eclipses typically are not for magic. There's a lot of belief systems where you don't look at the eclipse or go outside, but we can work with the energy of this moon by journaling and being introspective. Go back to all the things that Midori just said, and maybe run it back and see how you can really be intentional with some of that wisdom shared. And I'm just seeing and witnessing on a collective level through clients, through sharing, through my own life and community members, how much opportunity for making these deep, deep changes there is available to us right now. These things that are just so habitual. I feel like it's a great time to just investigate and release those deeper assumptions and habits. And then the last one that the church asks for you in its honor is silence. So give yourself some silence this week. One of the 3. I don't know which resonates most, which is hitting hardest for y'all, but defend, moon, and silence. And before I pass it on, I have one other little reading and word that I'm going to tell me in the chat which of those you're gonna center if you only had to pick one. You could pick all of them, but defend, moon, and silence. Thank you. Show that. So the next message is going to be from Guanyin, our Mother Bodhisattva of compassion that comes and answers us whenever we need her, much like Marian energy, if I have others in the space that connect with that. And this is her birthday card to the church because she is a guide of the church and of us founders personally. Here at the Church of Soft Power, if you're new to watching, we all have our own beliefs, but obviously the four of us founders, because we have shared culture, shared experiences, and, in our kind of personal understanding, woven journeys that have collaborated with one another in other timelines and whatnot. So you see a lot of similarities in our practice and how we speak, but really these are the things that support us in holding and protecting this space, not necessarily a spirit or a deity that we are encouraging you to work with or even believe in yourself. This is just what helps us be the leaders and the artists that we are called to be through the church. So our card from Guanyin is this one. Yes. Ooh, I pulled this one a lot. Enter the Jade Temple. Card 11. When I went to Eggett's today to get boba and bubble waffles, my number was 11, and that felt like it stood out to me. Why? You know what I forgot to do between this and last time was to actually find the guidebook. So somebody did this room before that. Thankfully, this deck, I think by Alana Fairchild is the name of the author. I'm going to see if, here we go. Thankfully, it's available on the internet. So just stay connected to your body for the next minute or so. After this, we're going to move with flow, but offer yourself some self-massage or just resting your eyes for a moment to receive this message from Guanyin as we celebrate here a year and really the institution that we've created here together. So I feel like this return is really representative of the concrete work we've done to build community. And so enter the Jade Temple. I'm immediately thinking this is our Jade Temple in a lot of ways. So Guanyin, in her temple of peaceful jade, causes all conflict to elevate to higher peaceful resolution. A resolution and healing of any situation that is concerning you is already underway. In fact, you're being asked to begin to feel the relief of that resolution now, so you can more readily receive the divine solution and blessing of peace when it arrives. There are moments on the path where conflict arises and struggles emerge. These conflicts may be within us or appear to be in an external relationship or situation. It can be part of the experience of life on the physical plane that actually helps us raise our vibration to find unity and yet still honor our individuality. There's a spiritual light within, a light of peace that can be brought to bear on any situation or struggle, an energy of peace that can transform even the deepest conflict. Peace does not mean avoiding conflict or pretending that struggle does not exist. It's the light that flows when we're able to step above the illusions of separation, competition, and conflict to seek out the consciousness where we are all, in fact, one in divine love and in our own unique ways together. I love that mention. I'm going to stop there because that mention of these illusions of separation, when we gather here in this effort to be soul sensitive, which includes that nervous system informed approach, this illusion of separation, I remember when I first started learning about the nervous system, is what really stood out to me when I thought about my personal struggles with mental health, specifically with depression and anxiety, and learning that through the nervous system, when we're in this dorsal vagal mode, which is really our like, it's kind of like that state that we might associate with depression, it really is rooted in this inability to perceive our connection with others, this illusion of separation. When our nervous system is in that space, there is that is what I learned, was that it talks about when in this why we're here to co-regulate is to reconnect with our ability to be aware of how connected we are with those around us. And that's why we, center things that are going to bring us to that neutral state or to that regulated state, even if we can't be in it all the time, so that while we're here, we can perceive the connection, see what's available, and then keep moving forward with our choices and courage and be in that erotic friction of life on earth to work with what's available to us and make magic. So that's the message this week. Thank you for listening and for joining. And now we're going to get less verbal, and I invite you to just give yourself some space as Flo leads us through some movement.
Thank you, Siobhan. It's a beautiful message. Hi, everyone. My name is Flo of Soul Bloom, and I'm going to lead us through a short spinal mobility practice to help us release tension in the bodies, to release tension in the nerves, and to help us integrate all of the beautiful wisdom and the messages and the information that was shared in service so far. And so that we can feel more present in ourselves and our spirits. So inviting you to, you can come down to the ground, or you can stay seated in your chair. We're going to do some seated movement and then standing up as well. And you can follow along with us, or you can just do your own thing, listen to your body, do what feels good to you. You can also just dance and sing and just vibe to the music that I'll play, as long as you're expressing and in motion with your body. And I've been very dehydrated, so I'm gonna drink some water.
I brought this chalice to give everyone a drink of water. I meant to do today.
Everyone cheers. So for today's practice, I'm gonna play a song by Salt's Fight for Love, and it's gonna be on repeat for 10 minutes. So we're gonna start seated. Let's start with some seated cat-cow. So placing your hands on your knees. And let's just take 3 breaths first, actually. Breathing in through the nose and out the mouth. Inviting sounds to your breath. Clearing and cleansing with your breath and sound. Inhaling in your intentions, breathing in, expanding with this breath. Exhaling out the mouth. And then the last breath, let's breathe in and out of the nose to ground and center. Breathing in through the nose. Expand with this breath, and then exhale out the nose, sinking deeper to your body. And now we're going to invite some gentle movement. So connecting with the breath and the sound. We're going to inhale to look up towards the sky. We're going to arch the spine, open up the chest, the heart, the shoulders, the throat. And then exhale to round the spine, looking down towards the ground, breathing into the back of your spine, the back of your heart and your lungs. Inhale to look up towards the sky. 1 breath, 1 movement. So inhale to expand towards the cosmos and the sky. And then exhale to contract and let go of your breath towards the ground and the earth. Let's just do a few rounds at our own pace, at our own rhythm. Inhale to look up, exhale to look down. Just loosening up the spinal joints. Let's come to center. Let's bring the movement to our head and neck. Let's look down towards the ground. So just focusing on the neck, right? Breathing into the back of your neck. Inhale to look up towards the sky, open up the throat. Exhale, look down. Inhale, look up. Come back to center. And then let's drop the left ear, left shoulder. Breathe into the right side of the neck. And then let's switch sides. Breathing into the opposite side of the neck. Releasing any tension, any tightness in the neck and shoulders with your breath. And then just bring some slow rotations to the head and neck. Slowly rotating the neck, loosening up any tension in the neck. You can just move fluidly too. You can look left to right, make infinity signs with your head. Let's bring the rotation down to the shoulders, some small shoulder circles. Breathing in your intentions, exhaling out your mouth. Let's go to lateral stretching, lateral side body stretch. You can place your right hand on the ground and reach with your left hand towards the sky. Breathing into your rib cage, expanding with your breath. You can look up towards the sky, you can look down towards the ground. Go as far as you can. Breathing here. Okay, and then slowly release, and let's switch sides. So opposite side, breathing into your rib cages, your side body. You can look up, you can look down. Allowing this breath to circulate, to expand, helping you release tension. I'm gonna pause the music, it's distracting for me. All right, you can release, and then let's extend our legs. And if you're seated in a chair, you can just simply forward fold, bringing your head and neck towards the ground, towards your knees. And we're just gonna simply bounce back and forward. We're just simulating the nerves that run down the spine. This is a really great reset for your parasympathetic nervous system. Light bounces, releasing tension in the nerves, loosening the joints, vertebrae in the spine. Okay, you can come back up, and then let's do just 2 more exercises. The next exercise, let's just open up the wings. So eagle arms, drawing circles with your elbows, imagining you're a bird. It can be an eagle, it can be a penguin, a pigeon, whatever you want to be. Just gonna open up the chest, the shoulders, the heart. Exhale, close the wings. Breathe into the back of your spine. Come into a ball. Inhale to open up. Exhale to let go. 2 more times. Inhale, open up the wings. Open up the chest and the heart. Look up towards the sky. Exhale, let go. Last time together. Inhale, open up. And exhale, let go. And let's do the last exercise. We'll just open up the heart space. We're going to link our hands behind our backs. And then we're going to pull open the chest and the heart, the shoulders, the throat towards the sky, the cosmos, the heavens. And then we're going to exhale, let go, contract, be dramatic, come into a ball, hug yourself, come into a seed. Drop your head and neck. Sigh it out. Okay, and then we're gonna slowly come back to the space, and we're gonna my closing affirmation for our practice. I'm gonna take some breaths together, and the closing affirmation is, I trust in myself and my visions. So just breathing that in, allow that affirmation to enter your vessel. I trust in myself and my visions and my God-given visions and ancestral dreams. Okay. And then we'll take a bow in reverence to our practice, to each other, and for all of our guidance spirits. Thank you. And thank you for flowing with me. And I'm going to pass the mic to the next priestess.
Thank you, Flo. Just taking another breath. I always feel so much more grounded and present after doing movement with Flo. So thank you so much for always bringing us back to ourselves, our breath, our bodies, and remembering who we are. Tonight's offering, I would like to offer a sound bath with vocalization. And in this offering, I will be playing some sound bowls, doing some vocalization, and I won't be doing too much facilitation of this experience, but I do invite you to utilize this time for more breathing, more connecting with your body, as well as vocalizing or expressing in any way that feels right for you tonight. And that can also mean just receiving and resting. But I will be utilizing these bowls that I have here. These have been part of my practice now for, I think, almost 2 years this fall. And so, just tapping into this pure sound and energy. Every time I connect with these bowls, it always surprises me, even though it happens every time, how powerful simple sound and vibration can be on the nervous system and my physical vessel, and how much it really does help my nervous system regulate by just being able to feel into the sensations that these sounds bring up for me and the emotions that come up. So if you do have any emotions, energies that come through the body, just inviting you to really focus on your own needs and your care. So if you need to mute at any time or step away, just encouraging you to care for yourself over the next 10 minutes or so. Okay. One more sound setting I want to change, and then we'll get started. All right, so wherever you're at, just inviting you to connect with your breath, inhaling in through the nose and out through the mouth. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Just got transported to the voice doula den. That was amazing. My goodness. The eclipse is hitting Kiki's 5th house of creativity. So I'm feeling a little emotional seeing and experiencing that, because that just felt like, that was so transcendent. So I really appreciate you. Thank you. All right. So I am now transitioning into my alter ego. And this is Mimi reporting with our community events update for the upcoming week. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for riding up with us. As Siobhan had said, tomorrow is our birthday, is the church's solar return, 1-year solar return. So I feel like I'm just getting emotional thinking about all this ride that we've all been on. And I know people in the chat have been with us from the beginning, really. Helen's here. So happy to see you here. Merrick's been OG, Sam. So y'all have seen us through this journey of our transformation and continuing to step into our creative power and our unique gifts and really owning our lanes, and also coming together to synthesize and materialize this unique institution that Soft Power is becoming, and wanting to continue co-creating that with our community. And we're really brainstorming ways that that's going to happen. Specifically, this month we're at the end of the month, we're going to be having our first member mixer, TBD on the actual name, but that's going to be coming. But this little, this excerpt right now, I'm just going to say the events for this week, but really excited to just continue weaving ways we can co-create this community together, these spaces together, and start to really get to know each other a little deeper. So as usual, we have Village Co-working on Wednesday at 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. That's a space where we don't have any work blocks. It's really just for body doubling, whatever you need to be among other humans for. So you can drop in at any time, and it's just a fun space to be. It's cool to see people on camera. You don't have to show up on camera, but it's cool to just witness each other in our own sanctuaries and get things done together. I know it's been really productive and supportive for people. And then let's see here. I believe we also have, hold on. My calendar is a little crazy. I believe we also have a Pisces full moon. Oh my gosh. Sorry. My mouse just died. Let me just pull this up here. Give me a second. We also, full moon in Pisces writing circle, Sunday, September 7th at 9 a.m. with Nathaniel of Them Powered. And that is a guided writing circle aligned to the full moon in Pisces. So it's open to everybody. You don't need writing experience to join. It's 75 minutes with 10 minutes of an intro, 40 minutes of writing guided by prompts and supported by music, and then 25 minutes for sharing. Very, very powerful space. And then Monday, we have a Soft Power Choir with Dr. Kiki. And that is our virtual community for folks who want to intentionally connect with their voice and the power of singing in community through somatic spiritual rituals and co-regulation. And I love the way that Kiki's constantly thinking about how to redefine and expand the definition of what we consider to be a choir. Super fun space to just practice using your voice. And that is it for the week. I'm going to end us with a little prayer to conclude our space together, inviting you to rub your hands together to cultivate some chi. and rest them wherever it feels good on your body. Taking a breath together, expanding the belly, and exhaling together. Thank you to all of the humans and spirits that are present and walk with us on this path of remembering our creativity and our soft power. Saying thank you to all those that have come before us, that have walked this path, who have done the best that they could. And may we be very as present as possible in the moment so that we can remember our bodies, so that we can hear the guidance of our body and our spirits, so that we can continue expressing, sharing, showing up for our loved ones. May we continue to remember that our power comes from our curiosity, from our desire to stay in connection to each other and ourselves. And may we continue to just remember who we are. Remember that you are here to be you, to be your own unique expression of who you are. As Flo says, we need you to be you. So may you continually remember your unique cosmic blueprint and remember to just stay true to that. Stay true to your authenticity. Thank you. And so it is. Selah. Make it so. I think I'm going to turn it back to Siobhan for a final word.
Thank you, Midori. Thank you, Dr. Kiki. Thank you, Flo. It is such an honor to share this space with you all. Thank you, Helen, Merrick, Sam, everyone else who tuned in tonight for co-creating this experience with us by bringing your energy and your presence. We say it's our birthday, and to be more specific, it's the birthday of the church itself. And so Soft Power as a gathering space began by Midori 4 years ago. And then the year after that, Flo and I joined in. The year after that, Dr. Kiki and our other founding member, Willa, joined in. And that was about 2 years ago. And we've just continued to stay in connection like this and do these practices together and allow ourselves to experience and follow what emerges when we share space and what it brings us to within ourselves and our callings, and this practice of just like connecting with what our bodies are telling us, trusting that and being brave to see what can become when we connect with other people and take a chance on relationships and trusting others. And so that brought us to 1 year officially as a lay-led church. And with that, I'm going to drop our link in the chat for how you can contribute, inviting you, whether you're a member or a supporter of our calling, to consider a monthly pledge so that you can support sustaining us and this vision. This vision is so beyond the four of us, but we're moving at the speed of trust, moving at the speed of funding with integrity. And so inviting you to contribute there, to share it with somebody that you know, to subscribe to our channel here, and maybe to send it to somebody that you think could use this kind of space. I want to name that it's Labor Day, and so big shout out to labor movement ancestors, which is what my ancestors, many of them, are. Also big acknowledgement of the unrecognized labor, the enslaved labor, all of that has built the labor culture and everything that is here now. We are experiencing a lot of shifts, a lot of changes. And when I really was in that experience with Kiki, it was really becoming clear how this protection, this defense of ourselves this week is really going to be around protecting our dreams, protecting our hope, and our own choice to continue choosing creating, because things are changing. There may be a new president very soon, allegedly, who knows, but there's going to be fear, and stay grounded in who you are and what you know. And you can always come back to our channel to reconnect with that frequency of what it is you're here to do with all of these things floating about. So that's it. Thank you. We are so grateful, and we will see you on the first Monday of next month back here for Soft Power Hour. But give us a follow and check out our calendar for all the other gatherings we have going on this month. All right. And with that, I'm going to bring us to the grid and pose for the ancestors. Everyone say happy birthday, Church of Soft Power.